Hello everybody and welcome to our Community of Homes virtual programme. In these sessions we're going to be exploring creative well-being. We're going to begin each session with a meditation to help us relax our minds and our bodies and focus on being creative. We will also explore identity, our likes, our dislikes, and the similarities and differences we have from each other, which help make us the unique individuals who we are. Each week we will be guided by Sinead to create artworks using a range of different art materials. I would ask you to keep your original artworks safe, take photos of them and email them or WhatsApp them to me on the numbers and the email address that you have. By the end of this project we will create a book together, a book of our collective artworks, which will be a reflective tool for us to look back on our learning and the experiences we have had in this project, and it will also be a tool for our friends and our peers so that they can be introduced to the concepts of creative well-being as well. Thank you everybody and enjoy this session. Communication meditation. Please sit into your chair and relax. Let your hands hang by your sides. Open or close your eyes as you wish. Feel the chair supporting your back and your legs. Breathe in slowly, counting to 4, and slowly out again. Drop your chin a little and feel the muscles on the back of your neck working. Lift your chin and move your head to look across your shoulder, and then to the other shoulder. Move your head to face forward again. And now we begin. Think about how you communicate and how you want to communicate with those you care about. Think about the power our words have. They can hurt or they can help. Think about the words and phrases you use, and think about the words and phrases you need to hear. Imagine you're with someone you care about. What positive words do they give to you? Breathe in those words and phrases. Let them fill your mind and your body. You are good enough. You are valued. You are respected. You are strong. You are safe. You are worthy. You are loved. Now think about the words and phrases you can give to the people you care about. Imagine you're talking to someone you care about, and these are the words and phrases you can give to them. I know you are good enough. I value you. I respect you. I see your strength. You are safe with me. I see your worth. I love you. Now bring your thoughts back to the gentle sounds around you in the room. Feel the warmth of a gentle smile on your face. Wiggle your fingers gently and blink your eyes. And when you're ready, we can be creative and enjoy our art.
Hi everybody, this week we are looking at the theme of communication, and as communication is related to the World Wide Web and also the web of communication between individuals, we're going to make a dream catcher. Here I've put out all my favourite colours and I have painted the entire page in water first. Then with some water I've taken the watercolours or the acrylics and done a wash all over the page, which I'm going to set aside to dry. Don't be afraid to go nice and bold with your colours there. Here we have the cereal box, and we will need 2 bowls or 2 plates, one smaller than the other, and they will fit inside each other like this. So we draw our circles out and then ta-da, we cut it out, fold it in half and cut out the centre. And I like to do this X first so that it's easier to cut around the corners of the circle, if you know what I mean. Now if we punch our holes top and bottom, left and right, then we can punch through the gaps in between and it's quite even. You have some beautiful threads in your packets, so we are going to, I'm using this ribbon that I found in my art cupboard. It's a bit shinier than your threads, but by each of the punched holes I'm writing down, I don't know if you can see there, me, dad, friend, brother, sister, friend, dog, mum. So the reason I've written in my cat and dog is that sometimes animals will listen to you when nobody else will, and they're very comforting. And not all communication is verbal, as you know. Sometimes it's just about showing affection or love. And when we talk to people, when we talk to all of these people in our lives, we are in control of what we say to them and the language we use to them. It's our choice. So it's always nice to think about how we can communicate positively. On our painted sheet, I've done the same template of drawing around the circles and cutting it out. I have a wee heart puncher here where you can punch out the painted paper or you can cut out some hearts. And I'm going to punch 2 holes either side of the bottom shortly. Here is a ribbon from the shoulder of a piece of clothing. I never use them for the coat hanger, so it's handy for these arts and crafts. You just string it to the top for hanging. There's the holes at the bottom, and those are going to be threaded through with pieces of string for the feathers that would traditionally allow all the good thoughts to come through to the person, all the positive words to actually have an effect. And I'm using the bowl there to create some leaf-like shapes. You don't have to use the bowl, you can just cut out a leaf shape and punch a hole with the scissors at the top, as long as you're careful. Please don't cut yourself. I've folded each leaf shape in half and cut into it at the sides to make these feathers. So the holes the wee holes that you punched leave circles that can be glued on to the center of your dream catcher very shortly, and those are kind of interpreted culturally as the bad thoughts or the thoughts you don't like as much getting caught up on the web and being left there, while the goodness and the good thoughts and the loving words come down and feed and nurture into the individual. So there you go. Enjoy.
Communication involves people exchanging information and can be written, verbal, or nonverbal. Written communication includes any written document, handwritten or word processed, including emails, letters, reports, manuals, instant messages, and memos. Some basic rules apply to all written communication. Text must be legible, clear, and easy to read. Spelling and grammar must be correct. Information should be short and accurate. The style of writing must be suitable for the document. For example, you wouldn't use LOL in an essay. Verbal communication means speaking to another person. This may be face-to-face, on the telephone, or through video conferencing. It is important to speak in a clear, concise manner in order to be heard and understood. Good grammar should be used, and using jargon, slang, or bad language should be avoided. To check if the other person has understood you, you can repeat what has been said to clarify and avoid misunderstandings. Tone of voice used should be pleasant, and pace and pitch will show interest in what a person is saying. There are two aspects of nonverbal communication: listening skills and body language. It is important to listen carefully when communicating with another person so that you do not miss or misinterpret what is being said. This involves actively listening and not interrupting so that you are taking in information and processing it accurately. Interrupting can show that you are not actually listening but want to get your own view across or dominate the conversation. When the other person has finished speaking, you can ask questions or repeat back what was said to clarify understanding and concentrate on important facts or queries. Body language means not what you say, but the message and feelings you convey by your facial expressions and body movements. It includes facial expressions, eye contact, gestures, movement, positioning, and posture. Good nonverbal communication includes a smiling, friendly, open face, direct eye contact with the other person with a steady but not staring look, thumbs up, nodding in agreement, shaking hands, keeping a slight distance and not entering the other person's personal space by standing too close, standing up straight and bending slightly towards the other person, showing alertness. Communication styles are the broad ways in which people tend to communicate with others. There are four main communication styles: passive, aggressive, passive-aggressive, and assertive. People who speak in a passive manner have difficulty expressing themselves and tend to give in to others. Failure to express thoughts and emotions often leads to miscommunication and built-up anger or resentment. You can recognize a passive communicator with the following behaviors: difficulty making eye contact, inability to say no, go with the flow type attitude, poor posture. You may recognize passive communication through phrases like, "It doesn't matter that much," "I just want everyone to get along." Aggressive communication takes things to the other side of the spectrum. People who rely on this communication style in the workplace, at home, or among friends tend to dominate the conversation. They issue commands and ask questions rudely while failing to listen to others. It's always me, me, me. In positions of authority, they may be more of a boss versus a leader. You can recognize an aggressive communicator with the following behaviors: talks over other people, poor listening, interrupts frequently, controlling or demanding, points fingers, stares and glares intensely, frowns, criticizes, intimidates, or threatens others. You may recognize aggressive communication through phrases like, "It's my way or the highway," "I'm right and you're wrong," "because I said so." Passive-aggressive communication seems passive on the surface, but reveals a hidden resentment that comes through in subtle, indirect ways. You can recognize passive-aggressive communication with the following behaviors: frequent sarcasm, words don't align with actions, facial expressions don't match words, difficulty acknowledging emotions. You may recognize passive-aggressive communication through phrases like, "Fine, whatever," "I was only joking." The assertive style of communication offers an effective and healthy way to express yourself. It encourages open, honest dialogue while still considering the needs of others. You can recognize assertive communication with the following behaviors: the ability to express desires and needs with confidence, encourages balanced conversations in which both people have a chance to speak, the use of I statements, for example, "I feel frustrated when people show up late," the ability to say no, maintains good eye contact. You may recognize assertive communication through phrases like, "I am responsible for my own happiness," "I respect the needs and opinions of others." We all have the right to express ourselves respectfully and honestly. The good news is that communication is a skill that can be learned and improved. When you find yourself falling into aggressive, passive, or passive-aggressive patterns, it's time to learn a new communication style to create healthier interactions. Although it takes time, you can learn to recognize your communication tendencies and adjust your patterns. Communication is one of the most powerful tools that we have. It helps us express our thoughts and feelings, and it allows us to understand other people. Like any powerful tool, it needs to be used effectively, or it could cause harm to ourselves and others. Therefore, it is important that we use communication effectively and to do good for ourselves and others.